This is today's article on Zero Hedge by Tyler Durden, authored by Mike Slavo of SHTF Plan. State warning: catastrophic volcanic eruptions in California are quote-unquote inevitable. The United States Geological Survey, the USGS, has warned that California's next big catastrophe might not be a massive earthquake. Instead, they say a massive volcanic eruption could plunge the state into a post-apocalyptic hellscape. In a report released on Monday, the USGS said that at least 10 volcanic eruptions have taken place in the past 1,000 years. 10 in 1,000 years. Now, if we take that being equal, it's like every 100 years they have a volcanic eruption in California. That's a question mark. So going back to this, 10 volcanic eruptions have taken place in the past 1,000 years, and that future volcanic eruptions are inevitable. The USGS has previously said that California in dire need of a monitoring of at least 8 active volcanoes. USGS claims that most people are well aware of the fact that California could experience a major and deadly earthquake, but the general public is less than concerned about a volcanic eruption. Quote, "The potential for damaging earthquakes, landslides, floods, tsunamis, and wildfires is widely recognized in California," the report said. And they added, the same cannot be said for volcanic eruptions, despite the fact that they occur in the state about as frequently as the largest earthquake on the San Andreas Fault. That happened in 1906, I think, if I remember correctly. The USGS estimated the risk of volcanic eruption based on the past 5,000 years of volcanic activity in California. The report further found that there is a 16% chance of a small to moderate size eruption over the next 30 years. As reported by Newsweek, by comparison, there is a 22% chance of a magnitude 6.7 or larger earthquake at the San Andreas Fault in the San Francisco Bay Area in the next 25 years. Although one cannot stop a volcano from erupting, preparations can be made just in case this inevitable event happens on our watch. The potentially hazardous volcanoes in California are being monitored closely for any changes that indicate an eruption could be on the way, but that may not give those in surrounding communities much time to get away from the hazard. Americans, by and large, have long lost their willingness to prepare for cataclysmic events and natural disasters. Quote, "Understanding the hazards and identifying what and who is in harm's way is the first step in mitigating volcanic risk and building community resilience to volcanic hazards," end quote, the USGS's report said. And they add, characterizing exposure, the who and what is in harm's way is the first step in mitigating volcanic risk, end quote. All this involves some level of personal responsibility when it comes to preparations. Will a volcano erupt and destroy California tonight? Probably not. But preppers and survivalists understand the need to be ready at a moment's notice either way. Quote, "Across the ages, in every survival story, a disaster of some sort plays a prominent role. Sometimes the part is played by the government, sometimes it's played by Mother Nature, and other times the role is taken on by a random mishap. If we have learned one thing studying this history of disasters, it is this: those who are prepared have a better chance of survival than those who are not prepared," end quote. This is what Tess Pentington from the Pepper's Blueprint says. Yes. No, I was prepared, thank goodness. This is on Zero Hedge, and I'll leave a link below for you for this. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.